Okay, next we got the man wanted me to tell y'all he got kicked out of priesthood and entered sexual therapy. Now he's a comedian and a humanitarian. Give it up for Joey Bravo, y'all!
Wow. You know, I was sitting back by the bathroom earlier, getting ready for the show, and I get to sit by the ladies' room and get to see all you fine-looking ladies walk by tonight. Give yourself a hand. I spotted like 3 of you that I swear you don't have any nipples. Because if you had nipples, I would have seen it with as much boob that's hanging out the top end. I'm getting pretty worked up thinking about it. I can see a couple of you right now. I got a boner, but good thing I'm white, you can't see it. It is fucking raging right now. I can stand off to the side, you can see a little action right there, but that's fine. Oh. So it's Valentine's Day weekend. I'm pretty excited about that. Love is in the air. How many of you guys are going to go out and get some tonight? Oh, man. You know, I was thinking earlier, I'm like, it's kind of interesting how your definition of getting some evolves and changes as you get older. Like, I was thinking back to my junior high days, and getting some was meeting up with a couple girls after school, and someone comes up with some makeshift hide-and-go-seek game, and he's like, hey, why don't we pair off in couples? And you get back together with your buddies about 20 minutes later, and one of your guy friends is like, hey man, did you get any? And you're like, oh yeah, I got some titty. He's like, really? And you're like, now it's up the shirt, over the bra, but she was nipping out. And then you get into high school and you're drunk at some high school party and you're a senior and some sophomore's there that you've never talked to before, and you're like, hey, you want to go out to the garage and get some more beer? And she's like, okay. I saw you in chorus, you're pretty hot. And so you go out to the garage and you're gone for a noticeable amount of time, and you come back in and your buddy's like, hey, did you get some? And you're like, oh yeah, got some titty under the bra, she gave me a handy, and smelled my finger. And then your buddy's like, dude, you are so fucked up, your finger smells like poop right now. And you're like, I know, I did it on purpose. So then it gets really dirty, you get to go off to college, you're at some skanky college bar, and the ugly lights come on at 2 in the morning, and some chick comes up to you because you're barely standing, and you look like a wounded zebra trying to walk out the bar, and she grabs you. She takes you back to the dorm room, and one of your buddies who's at the bar, he sees you, and the next morning you come hobbling into the student U, and he's like, dude, I saw you leave with that girl. Did you get any last night? And you're like, yeah, I got some titty, both hands under the bra. When she gave me a handy, it felt like she was trying to start a lawnmower. And then we had sex, no condom, don't worry, I'm sure she's clean. And then it got really fucking weird. Like, we're in her dorm room and I'm completely naked, and she's like, hey, I want you to do a handstand against the bedpost. So I did a handstand against the bedpost, and then she got up on the top bunk, ate 2 bowls of Honey Smack cereal, and peed in my butt. And your buddy's like, dude, that's really fucking weird. And you're like, no, that's not even the weird part. This morning, even my piss smelled like Honey Smack cereal. So then you go and you get married, which I recently did. Oh, man. You saw my boner. You know what I can bring to the table. So you recently get married and you end up going down to Starbucks the day after your anniversary and you see a coworker there and he's like, hey, happy anniversary. And if you don't mind me asking, did you get some last night? And you look at him and you're like, nope, didn't. But she fell asleep about 10 o'clock and I went downstairs in the basement and pulled up Pornhub on my iPad and absolutely hate fucked one of my ankle socks. You guys have all done, well, I fuck an ankle sock, you guys all fuck a tube sock, I think. I actually need a little baby sock and that covers all of it, catches the load, covers it all the way to the balls. Absolutely love porn. I love masturbating, and I'm not afraid to say, yeah, you guys all love porn. Well, there's a couple of women up here on the front table that are clapping. Look out, here comes the boner again. But I do, I love porn because it takes you away to a little fairy tale land where real people don't have sex like that. Like even to the small stuff, like I get a big kick out of it, like when a guy goes down on a girl in a porno. It's not how it really happens. I mean, this guy in the porn looks like a coked out snake who just happened to run across a gummy bear. And he goes like, that's not how it happens in real life. In real life, you go down there and you look like you're trying to lick your way out of a catcher's mitt. You're like... But I get such a kick out of the sex scenes because that is way beyond the realm of possibility. You want to know what a real life porno is like? Well, you guys know because you do this all the time, but I do too. You don't have sex at night because you're too tired. So it's usually in the morning, and it's just when you so happen to both wake up about 10 minutes earlier than you should have. And you look down and you just have a raging pee stiffy. And you look over at her and you're like, hey. And she looks over at the clock and she's like, fuck, we're early. And she looks over at you and she's like, all right. So you roll over and you slide your undies off and you start to... Now it's morning time, so it's not like the creative juices have been flowing at all. So you try to be a porn star, you give one of these, you're like... She's like, fuck, don't, that's so gross when you do that. So you put it in and you're like, ooh. And then you reach under and you're like... And then you look down at her and she's like... You thinking you're like the Thor of fucking. You look down and you're like, what? Does it hurt? Like, no, your breath smells like shit. Then you don't want to stop because you're already mid-stroke, so you turn your head to the side and you're like, do you want me to put in some gum? She's like, no, just breathe into the pillow. Hold on, I'm sweating. And then you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. And she's like, well, fuck, get off me, I don't want you to go inside of me. And then you roll off, you roll over, and she's like doing one of these numbers on you. And you're laying there and you're like, oh, fuck. You showered the night before, you don't want to have to before you go to work. And then she like does one of these on you. She's like, okay, I have to pee. And so you lay there, breath smelling like you just ate a handful of week-old grass clippings. You look at your belly button and it looks like an overweight pigeon just took a shit inside of it. Guys, that is a real-life porno. My name's Joey Bravo, and